Hey everybody, good morning. Today we're taking a look at 2 Samuel 11. And we see King David meets Bathsheba. And you see King David says in verse 1, it happened in the spring as a time when the kings go out to battle. David stayed back and went out on his roof, and he saw Bathsheba bathing, and he said, "Hey, who is that girl? Bring her to me." He uh, and he goes ahead and he has sex with her, and she becomes pregnant. Now, Bathsheba was the wife of Uriah, who was very high up in the king's army, and so she became pregnant. David says, "Hey, bring Uriah here." And so now he's trying to cover it up. He says, "Uriah, go to your house," meaning go there, be with your wife. I'm giving you a break. But Uriah says no, and he doesn't do it. He says, "Why should I do it when all of my men are out there fighting?" And so David tries again. He gets him drunk, and he still doesn't do it. So David goes ahead and gives a letter to Uriah. Says, "Go out to Joab, hand this to Joab." And the letter says, "Put Uriah right in the front of the hottest fight, and then at the climax of battle, pull all of your men back away from Uriah and let him die." So it happens just as he says, and Uriah dies, and Bathsheba mourns him, and then David takes Bathsheba as a wife. And you see how one sin just turned into another with David, and David is still known to be a man after God's own heart. Throughout all of this, and we see, David's shortcomings. He's still a man after God's own heart, but what I get from this is, especially in verse 1, the way this chapter started, and I'm going to read that to you. It happened in the spring of the year, at the time when kings go out to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the people of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David remained at Jerusalem. At the time when kings go out to battle, David remained at Jerusalem. You see, David wasn't where he was supposed to be. Okay, he was in a place where he wasn't supposed to be. And we can take that as, let's see, is it okay for Christians to go to dance clubs? Let's use that as an example. Is it okay for Christians to go to dance clubs? This is, even if they don't drink, and my thought on this is, why would you want to go and play in the devil's living room? And we see here, David is in a place where he's not supposed to be. Why would a Christian want to do something like that? Go to a place where you're not supposed to be. That can only lead to nothing good. It can't lead to anything. It can't lead to anything good. Okay, when you put yourself in a position where you're not supposed to be in, things begin to happen. And when I've learned that in my own life, that there are certain places and certain positions that I don't need to be in. I need to protect myself. I need to protect my heart. I need to protect my marriage. I need to protect my family. I don't need to be alone in a room with another woman. It just doesn't need to happen. Maybe unless it's my sister, my mother, somebody, family, something like that. But even if nothing does happen, I don't need to give the devil an opportunity to begin to gossip and cause problems. You see, I don't need to be where I'm not supposed to be. I need to be where I am supposed to be. And you see, all this here started with David because he stayed in Jerusalem when he should have been out fighting. So the message for us is, are you where you're supposed to be? Have a super day, guys. I love you all.